Let me show you a few little tricks how to make Geamparale sound more Balkan-y. For this mini tutorial, you will need the sheet music. If you don't have it yet, then in the description there is a link which you can click and you can get the sheet music. This piece is from the Dobrogea area in Romania and it's in a time signature of 7/8. The distribution is 2/2/3. Now if you're new to this time signature and you can't quite grasp it yet, then I would advise you to tap along, clap along, sing along, dance along. Something like this. I also will put a link in the description so that you have a whole track to do this and hopefully have loads of fun. Let's now go a little bit into detail. It's important not just to get and feel the time signature right, but also to know something about the articulation and the ornaments. So, let's deal with this line. I would play separate notes for and then, because if you do two slurred and one separate, and it works the same on string instruments or on wind instruments, then you get this nice little. Also, you need to have the feeling you always move towards the middle of the bar and then bounce off with these last three beats. So, just first practice this slowly. Throughout the whole first part. Now let's add some ornaments. As you can see, at the beginning of the second bar, at the beginning of the third bar, you have these mordents written. In this case, a mordent is not like a classical mordent. In this case, you distribute those three notes evenly and equally over the whole beat. So if I do it in slow motion, are all the ornaments in the first part. When you speed it up, then you get this really nice bounce and emphasis with the ornaments. Now let's check the second part. Again, you can see the last three beats of the bar are two slurred, one separate. But here the rest is different. Good. Now let's look at the ornaments. You put on the first note of each bar the same kind of mordent, which you evenly split out. And this is the first layer of ornaments. Your fingers have more capacity for more ornaments, you can add one. So on this B flat, if you play a C instrument, I put, well, depending on how quick your fingers are, you can put a little trill or a mordent in the style of fast, like in classical music. So you have And again on the last bar, you can put this extra mordent. Now we have arrived at the last section. So listen carefully to this articulation. That the first note is phrased off is quite important for the bounce. The remaining part of each bar is phrased the same way as before. And let's add some ornaments. Printed is a mordent on Now, this works for many instruments. I don't actually like it on a violin. So I play instead a little grace note just before the first note of the first bar and just before the first note of the third bar. The other ones I keep as mordents. So this will sound like this. Last bar we know already, so you can transfer the phrasing, the articulation and ornaments from before. If your fingers have more capacity, then you can add one more ornament. So it's very small, it's in the middle of these last three notes, so basically on that C sharp you put a tiny little trill or mordent. Let's put it in context. And if you listen precisely, one extra ornament sneaked in there. If you really feel like it, you can play. You can put an extra ornament on the last note of the first bar and again the last note of the third bar. So now we have added all the ingredients. Let's play. I count in 2 bars so you can play along. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.